Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game! Okay, once again, let us talk about what has happened since the last time I streamed. There's a few little things here. First things first, wound up encountering that Munchlax again. I actually saw it walk on camera this time, and it's like, oh, I gotta catch up to you and see if I can talk to you before you drop your apples, and I wasn't able to catch it in time, so... Well, all you really need to know about this is it's basically exactly the same as it has been before. And in fact, we got the Munchlax belt again, which I'm probably never actually going to use. Next thing up is I decided to train Do, Don't, and Did in the dojo, and it kind of got unfortunate with one of the rooms that got randomized. Do, Don't, and did not have any idea where to go with auto mode. No way to actually reach those Beedrills. That was unfortunate. What was this one? Alright, we got a rank up. I have ranked up to the Diamond Ace ranking. Normally, this would be the Lucario ranking, which is the final rank. Oh, let's see what the rewards are. Normally, this is the Lucario rank in the original game, which is the final rank. But as I said before, they added a few ranks to this version of the game. So, still got a lot of work to do, but at least I'm making progress. And this was interesting right here. Exploring this dungeon, saw these enemies across the water, and it's like, you know, this is kind of like a shooting gallery. Gonna treat it like a shooting gallery. Then by the way, I have taught Princess Sludge Bomb, got a Sludge Bomb TM, and that's pretty awesome. And, oh yeah, back to Dodrio. Do, Don't, and Did. How is this fair in the training station? Need to get up to the Scyther in order to attack it, but it has Razor Wind, which attacks the entire room, and it's like, how is that fair? Anyway, let us go ahead and get back into the game proper. When we last left off, I lost again. It is kind of disheartening how much I have been losing lately. Between, like, the Purity Forest and the Silver Trench. Well, at least in those two cases, Silver Trench I just need to be at a higher level. The Purity Forest I just need a better Pokemon in there than myself. It is disheartening. It does make me wonder whether I'll actually be able to properly finish this game. But by golly, I'm going to make the effort, as I watch myself kind of drift off to the side. As soon as I beat this game, I'm sending this controller to Nintendo and asking them to fix this thing. So today, we are going to be doing a dungeon that I'm hoping we can actually finish. We are going to be going to Southern Cavern, and this is the team that I am going to be sending there. And there's some particular details with this team. Not so much with Do, Don't, and Did. They're just kind of along because I really want to use a Dodrio. But let's talk about O Banana and King. O Banana has the ability Solar Power. During sunny weather or an extremely harsh sunlight, the Pokemon's special attack goes up sharply, but the Pokemon can't restore its HP naturally and keeps taking damage. That kinda sucks. If there is any Pokemon that we would want to give the Nullified Bandana to, it would be that one. However, since I have to use Rayquaza instead of Lugia, that is actually beneficial because Rayquaza has the Airlock ability. This ability causes the floor to have ineffective weather, removing the effects of weather. Not only does this mean we won't have to worry about Sandstorm ruining our day, but we also don't have to worry about sunny weather, making things worse for O Banana. Just real quick, hello to people in the chat, hello Straight Back, and hello Juniper. Wish me luck as I head into this upcoming dungeon. Oh, another thing. King has outrange. It is a really powerful dragon attack that results in immediate confusion for King. So, to counter that, King is going to be wearing a prism band to prevent confusion. Definitely going to be helping King stay pretty powerful. Since we're going into a long dungeon, I'm bringing along the big eater belt so that these apples are going to have twice the healing property. Also bringing along a couple tiny apples to help out along the way, especially if we encounter some Pokemon that would like to join our team if we feed them. And speaking of apples, going back to Banana also has the rare quality Food Finder. You're more likely to see tiny apples in dungeons. That'll definitely be really helpful in keeping this team fed throughout this dungeon. And is that all? Let me think here. Your rare quality is Brawl. More enemies in the room, more powerful your moves will be. Your rare quality is moving up. Move experience earned when you use moves in a dungeon increase more than usual. That'll definitely be kind of handy. And I think that's basically it. So, let's go ahead and get this taken care of. Hopefully. We got 6 jobs here, by the way. And speaking of jobs, I think I'm going to stop accepting jobs for Purity Forest and Joyous Tower. I'm not going to be able to finish these dungeons for a long time, and these jobs are kind of taking up space in my job selection. I'm having trouble being able to accept as many jobs as I could be. There is, after all, a limit to the amount of jobs you can accept. Anyway, this dungeon has a lot of ground types. I imagine there's going to be some earthquaking and stuff going on here. That is why I am bringing this all-flying team there. Don't have to worry about being affected by earthquake and stuff. Juniper is asking if I were to start playing Mystery Dungeon, which game should I start with? Honestly, this is not a bad choice for a first Mystery Dungeon game. Although, I think the original version on Game Boy Advance and Nintendo DS would be better because in this remake, it is much like your traditional Pokemon game where you have a moveset and you have to worry about power points and stuff. But in the original games, you also had a free attack, therefore you didn't have to worry about carrying a bunch of max ethers and stuff. If you ran out of your special moves, you at least still had some free regular moves to use, whereas you do not in this version. So maybe best version to start with would be Blue Rescue Team on the original DS. And supposedly the best Pokemon game period, of the Mystery Dungeon games at least, is Explorers of Sky on the DS. Those are... That game is highly regarded as the best in the Mystery Dungeon series. But as a good starting point, Blue Rescue Team. Okay. We have also given Do Don't and Did Sky Attack. It's a 2-turn move. But I'm hoping, first off, that their teammates don't hog the win. Otherwise the move will go wasted. And also hoping that the 2-turn charge-up time does not entirely ruin things. Brutal Swing on Banana is definitely going to be useful. I'm fairly certain that my teammates are going to quickly take you out. So not going to waste the Sky Attack. Definitely something to keep in mind going forward. I wonder what level these Pokemon are at. These opponents. In Silver Trench they were at level 60, which is apparently a bit too high a level. But this dungeon only has 50 floors, so I'm hoping that means that this dungeon will not be as difficult. Still a long ways to go, but hopefully it won't be as much a challenge. At the very least, I won't have to worry about getting hungry. There's Outrage and the Prism Band coming into play. Double Outrage is a bit overkill. I'm actually going to tell you to not use that for a bit. Save those for deeper in the dungeon. As well as Earth Power. Confuse one, nice. I chose not to bring the Guidance Wand here, because I figure finding the stairs is not going to be super important. With us being able to find a bunch of tiny apples along the way. Speaking of which, have a tiny apple. You're at level 44. Hopefully that's a good sign for the opponents that are here. And let's do Sky Attack. Situations like that, that's when Sky Attack is pretty useful. Level up, defense up, speed up. That's not a very good level. Gonna need them though. I'm pretty sure in order to beat the toughest dungeons in the game, we are all going to have to be at max level. Gonna take a chance on Sky Attack. Well, Sky Attack would not have been wasted had Banana not gotten the double attack. And that is a situation where you don't want to be using Sky Attack. Anyway, one job completed. Aha, see? This is a situation where having a flying team is definitely going to be useful. Because those ground attacks cannot hit. Well, they can hit the Ammonite who has joined us. Gonna tell you, Ammonite, you are a liability, and I cannot promise to be using my healing items on you in a dungeon like this. It is funny that we are rescuing a Gyarados. I can't imagine that Gyarados would have too much trouble in this dungeon. All these ground-type Pokemon to use water attacks against, not to mention Gyarados is also flying-type, which means Gyarados is not affected by earthquakes either. I'm fairly certain that Dudont and Did are not going to, well, prove me wrong. I guess Sky Attack wouldn't have been a bad idea after all. Tri Attack, by the way. Definitely doing its job. Squeeze Out's gonna be really useful during this journey. We might go ahead and heal from time to time. Nah, don't worry about the Chesto Berry. Good job, Diglett. Yeah, so far this dungeon is going a lot easier than Silver Trench was. I think for this particular situation, we'll do this. Followed by Brutal Swing. Okay, definitely didn't have to worry about bringing along a bunch of apples. That rare quality of bananas is really doing its job. Oh, Vampy wants to join. Alright. So yeah, low 40s, that is what the Pokemon here are at. A lot easier to manage than the Pokemon who were in their 60s. There's a Cubone here. After spending so long as a Cubone myself, and still a Marowak, I almost felt bad for that Cubone. Good thing I'm not here to witness the murdering of it. Okay, that's an issue. How to handle this situation? You're not in line of sight for one of these wands. Let's use this. And we will go ahead and heal the Oddish. But not the Ammonite. No. Stay in the line of sight. Good. It is definitely neat being able to see all of these starter Pokemon here in the post-game. Like me starting off as a Cubone, now we're seeing Cubone. It'd be interesting to actually bring along another one. And there's the sandstorm that I was not concerned about because of King's ability. Oh sure, the sandstorm started up, but it's not going to be having its draining effect on my team. Let's do this. Counting on you stepping forward, which you did. These two-turn attacks definitely have their disadvantage, but they're also better than I gave them credit for. Think on it, even with the tiny apple finding, it's probably still a good idea to be... What was that? The message went away too quickly. Message log. Uproar. Putting a stop to that. Anyway, I was about to say, it's probably still worth wearing the stamina band through these dungeons, because I imagine without it, we probably would still be using up energy faster than we're finding tiny apples. Which is a bit of a shame, because I still like having the X-ray specs. Oh, you moved out of the way. You weren't supposed to move out of the way. But I still like having the X-ray specs to see what else is in the dungeon. It's not as important in this dungeon, but in the more difficult dungeons, being able to know when enemies are sneaking up on us would be super beneficial. Let's see here, Cherry Berry. Actually, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play this smart. Gonna use the cherry berry so that Dudont and Did can immediately use an attack. You were supposed to immediately use the attack, not start walking towards your opponent. Oh, still worked out. Oh gosh, it hasn't worked out. Time to back up. Don't worry about using that. Okay, good. That's worn out. Time to heal. I like how the water pulse was shot backwards because King's head was past the Pokemon. You guys can probably handle yourselves, right? Oh, there's the exit. Whichever one of you was the one that found the exit, good on you. That would be O Banana. Good job, O Banana. Grab that money for us, will ya? And then King, lead us to the exit. Or attempt to. It's a good thing these stairs are magical. I don't know how you'd fit through them otherwise. Boy, imagine uncoiling your body like that. Never mind that, imagine having a body that can coil. So, the tough Pokemon here is a Shuckle. I can't imagine you're going to be that concerning, especially when we have successfully froze you. Well, I mean, we got so many tiny apples. Well, we only have one, really, but we're finding so many, it doesn't hurt to do this. All you have is Takedown. A move with recoil damage. You would take damage every time you attack. Nah. Here's the next rescue mission. Where is that Pokemon at? In there. Just go straight to it. Well, straight-ish, at least. That is an energetic Tropius. You know what I wish? I wish that when auto mode went across items that you can't carry, it would still ask you if you want to use it or drop it or swap it and that sort of thing. Instead, you just pass it right up and then you have to take the energy and time to go back to it. Naturally, we're going to have our Tropius rescue this Tropius and watch their heads clip through each other. Yep, that is a sight. Gotta love video games. All requests have been completed, but there may be something ahead. Would you like to escape from dungeon? No. Stay. So that's all the quests, but I intend to see this dungeon through to the end. Now we're gonna go ahead and use this. Nice find. That is a really good find. Also, I just remembered that one of the Pokemon who have joined us here has Leave Half, which means that Max Elixir has turned into a Max Ether. That is unfortunate. No, we're reviving you. You have that one thing that is kind of nice. You can continue using Water Pulse. You using Water Pulse will help level it up, which will help Princess out with hers. You can kind of give tips to Princess so that her Water Pulse is even stronger. Well, this is a lovely shade of pink-purple. That magnitude could have caused a whole lot more damage there. You know what? Not taking chances. Okay, 25 floors down, 25 more to go. Let's go ahead and go on a break here. We go from one purple screen to another. Seriously, that is a great color for a dungeon.